All right, hello B Nasty and everyone else, and welcome back to Operation Michael, our current game of Global War 1914, where we are in the summer 1913 turn, doing the Russians as well as the controlled Kingdom of Serbia, the USA as well as the controlled Kingdom of Bulgaria, and the Mexican revolutionaries, and after all that, the random events. Excuse me. So let's get into things. Russia has their one major factory still, as per usual. They will try to go for defense in depth to see if they can get that to stage two. So they need a 7 or higher. Perfect. That's a success. So they move with the Germans and French to defense in depth stage two. In terms of purchases, they have two IPP. They are going to spend both of those to lend lease a militia unit to the Greeks, and they'll send that into Thessaly. So go ahead and grab a militia unit for them. Let's grab a British one and see if we can change the color of it. Again, still not too sure why when I try to change the colors it doesn't work for me, but sometimes I have success, other times I don't. Perhaps one day, and apologies if he has already, be nasty, you'll have to show me how to do that. I haven't been able to watch a lot of the last few videos because I've been quite busy outside of this game with some stuff. But yeah, if you had it explained in a video, let me know and I'll go back to watch that so I can figure out what I'm doing wrong. But for now, we'll use this British infantry, but it will be a Greek militia. And be nasty would get the color change for that. But sent into Thessaly at the end of the turn, but we'll just put it there now. In terms of attacks, we're not going to do anything. We can't really attack anyways with Serbia because Bulgaria is still on our side for this last turn. So yeah, the Serbs will just sit nice and pretty there in their fortified border. But we will get the recruitment roll for Serbia. We can't forget that. So add a 1. And that's a big miss. So Russia is going to collect 2 IPP again, and that'll be it for them. Then we move on to the Americans. So the Americans don't roll any tech. They have 4 IPP. They're going to spend all 4 of those to lend lease a mountain infantry unit to the Greeks into Thessaly as well. Same thing, it gets delivered technically at the end of the turn, but we'll just copy it there now so we don't forget it. Otherwise, in terms of attacks, they control the Bulgarians. So I think they'll take these, I believe it's 3 Bulgarian infantry and this artillery. So they'll attack from Eastern Macedonia into Central Macedonia. So 2 of these infantry will be at a 1. One of them will be boosted by the artillery. And then we have the Bulgarian artillery, which will be down to 3 because of the mountain terrain. I believe the commanders in defense would boost 2. I'll just double check that real quick. Ba -ba. Eliminated. Blah, blah, blah. Uh, hmm. Yeah, so they give a +1. In this case, it would be defense bonus to all land and air units in the same land zone, and it stacks with other modifiers. Uh, hmm. Okay, and they could only apply their bonus to 1 battle per turn. And damn it, I didn't watch the video, but I don't think the Ottomans, yeah, they didn't attack anything. I think they just moved stuff around. But only if they're designated as an effective commander. And to be an effective commander, they have to be paired with a fighter, conducting observation, or a cavalry that is not part of the combat engagement. Supply path to an undamaged factory in home country. So this doesn't apply. I don't think he has a supply path to an undamaged factory in home country because this Greek pre-dreadnought is at sea. Yeah, and there's no naval facility anyways. Okay, so I think this commander technically is ineffective, if I'm understanding the rules correctly, so he wouldn't apply his bonus anyways in this battle. If I'm reading that wrong, it's the first time I'm playing with the commander, so we'll adjust that. But otherwise, we'll get along with the battle, or get on with the battle. So I'll have my artillery, as I said, doing first strike at a 3 or less. So that's a miss. Then he has 2 Ottoman artillery doing first strike at 4. Okay, thankfully 2 misses for him as well. So then we'll have 2 infantry that'll be at a 1. And this one in the blue will be at its normal attack of 2 because it'll be boosted with the artillery. Okay, so no hits. Then he has 2 colonials and the militia, which will be defending at 2. So we'll roll those first. Wow. See, it always seems like I have good luck when I roll for the defender. But yeah, so 2 hits so far for those units. Then he has 2, 3 regular infantry units. That'll be at 4. Okay, so no hits. And then he has a mountain infantry unit at a 5. So no hits. So he takes no casualties. I take 2. So I will take 2. Well, here. I'll take 2 of the infantry units. Uh, Otherwise, I'll press the attack. But in this case, actually, this is what I wanted. So I'm kind of glad. I would hope to get some hits, but I am glad that he's getting hits as well, because that's actually what I wanted. But anyway, so we have our artillery still at a 3 or less. There we go. Got a hit. Our boosted infantry at a 2. Nothing. He's got his 2 artillery at 4. Nothing. His 3, or his militia and his 2 colonials at 2. Nothing. His 3 infantry at 4. Okay, that's all the hits he needed. We'll roll the mountain just to see. Yeah, and you got to hit with the mountain. So he's going to lose 1 unit. I lose both mine. I should have asked for the uh, casualty order, but out of all these, I imagine he would lose the militia just because it can't move. It's the lowest defending unit. If that's not the case, be nasty. We could change that and take something else for you. So that'll be it for the Bulgarians. They're going to get a recruitment roll at a 2. That's a miss. And then we have the revolutionaries. So I think with them, I think we'll take this cavalry, do a walk-on attack into Baja, take that. And then I think we'll do a walk-on attack with this militia here and take eastern Mexico. And that'll be it for them. I don't think we'll do any non-combat otherwise. I think that's fine, but we'll go ahead and roll for our recruitment roll. So at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or less. Perfect. So we hit that with a 1. So I think we'll give them 2 militia on that recruitment roll. One of them they'll place in Mexico City. The other they'll place in, I think, in Veracruz. Yep, we'll do that. Otherwise, that is it. The US will collect their 3 IPP. And now we move on into the fall-winter 1913. So the First Balkan War is over. And now the Second Balkan War begins. So in terms of resolution for the end of the First Balkan War, there's not too much we have to do. We'll see first if the random event extends it. But if not, each side keeps what they own. The mini-map is left in place. The Second Balkan War starts this upcoming turn. Yeah, so this all stays as it is. All Bulgarian units must immediately be returned to Bulgaria. There's none left. There's only the 2 militia in Bulgaria. If any minor power territory, Bulgaria, Serbia, Greece, and Montenegro is completely possessed by the Ottomans, their units are removed from the game and the Ottomans retain that territory, which is not the case. So this stays Bulgarian territory, which I am interested about because in the resolution for the Second Balkan War, we're jumping ahead a little bit, but it says if the Ottomans managed to control all their Macedonian territory, then Macedonia remains under Ottoman possession. Because technically now Bulgaria will be controlled by the Austro-Hungarians, but this still remains their territory, so the Ottomans can't take that back. So I don't know if that means that technically, automatically now they lose Macedonia. Like I find this could use some rewording because then above it says Macedonia is annexed by Greece if the Ottomans are ejected from any one of the following territories, North, South, or Central Macedonia, which is these three territories here. But then it says if they control all Macedonian territory, which this is also Macedonian territory, then they keep Macedonia. But it makes it sound like Greece only keeps or annexes Macedonia if the Ottomans don't have one of these. So it's kind of a little contradictory or a little unclear. So I'd be interested to see with that. Maybe we should ask about that. But anyway, so now we're going into the fall winter 1913. Yeah, fall winter 1913 random events. So we'll go ahead and roll those, see what we get. So for the West, we got three. So French espionage. So place one heavy artillery in French reserves. Big Bertha is a 420 millimeter howitzer that was first used by the German army. France will successfully copy this cannon, but they are late in adopting the design. So that's good for us as the French. French heavy artillery in our reserves for when we go to war. It's interesting we didn't get Balkan Powder Keg 2, at least not yet. That one's quite fun and causes a lot of chaos. So now for the East. A4, so South American pressure. So Germany chooses any three minor powers in South or Central America and increases its diplomatic influence pro-German by one. So Germany already has Chile, so I imagine they'd advance that, and probably Argentina, and then they get to pick one other one, aside from Mexico, I believe. So here's how things stand currently. So we'll leave that up to Be Nasty to decide that as the central powers. But other than that, that's good to go for the random events, and we can hand things on over to the Germans.